Hey, 7th grade, Miss Hollenbeck here. Gonna try this again, see if I can get something recorded and up on Dr. H, okay? So I'm on page 59, lesson 15, and many of these words have a common theme of food. And our first one, buffet, is one such word. It's a noun. And actually it has two noun meanings. One of them is a piece of furniture. A buffet is like a sideboard, that's a synonym for it. It's a piece of furniture you have in a dining room, and you store your plates or your tablecloths or something like that in it. Okay, that's a buffet. Another noun meaning for buffet is like the country buffet. You go in there and it's a self-serve meal. They put out all the food and you go through the line and choose what you want to eat. So it's kind of a self-serve food. All right, a self-serve meal. Delectable is an adjective, also has to do with food. If something is pleasing to the taste buds, okay, it's delectable, it's yummy, all right, it's easy on the palate, okay, which is your mouth, all right, and your taste buds and stuff, all right. So delectable, it is yummy, okay, it's pleasing, it's delightful, okay. That's an adjective. The second word, ensue, is a verb. And let's use a food sort of theme. I don't know if you've gone to the country buffet before, but generally if I go to a place like that, I overeat, right? And so heartburn ensues. I may have a big meal, but heartburn ensues. It follows. It comes after. All right. Or at Thanksgiving, after the turkey, a nap will ensue. All right. It's something. It means to follow, to come after. Okay. If you've been cooped up in a classroom and you get a chance to go outside and you know, chaos ensues. Okay. Our next word, expedient. Expedient is an adjective. Expedient move for you would be to get your homework done early, or to use your extra study time this week to work on your novel. That would be an expedient thing to do. That would be in your best interest. That would be advantageous for you to use the time that you have in school to help you get things done quickly. That's expedient. That is to your advantage. And that's what expedient means, to your advantage. Facilitate. Facilitate is a verb. And this video is a good example of me trying to facilitate the lesson, trying to make it easier, trying to help you accomplish your vocab lesson in a expedient way. All right. If I facilitate, I kind of help the process along. I aid in the accomplishing of this lesson. All right. If I facilitate, I kind of act to help something, i.e., this lesson, move along. All right. That's what a facilitator does. Okay. That's the person noun form of that word. But the word as you see it in your book, facilitate, is a verb. Now this next word is a French word having to do with food. It's pronounced hors d'oeuvre. Now, you've probably heard of an hors d'oeuvre, but the spelling, you may not have been aware of how this is spelled. Alright, and so that it looks like horse d'oeuvre, but it's pronounced hors d'oeuvre. And an hors d'oeuvre is an appetizer. It's something that you might have prior to the meal. My favorite hors d'oeuvre that I make is a date. I don't know if any of you have had a date before, but a date with that's pitted and a piece of Parmesan cheese stuck in the date and wrapped with a little piece of bacon and then baked. Yum. Alright, so hors d'oeuvre, noun, means appetizer, something small that you have prior to the meal. Alright. Lapse. Lapse is, well, it could be a noun or a verb. Noun or a verb. So, a lapse in behavior might be, this is your standard behavior, but a lapse is to go below or to fall away from temporarily your normal standard of behavior. Or let's say that you've been training for a running event. You're going to participate in track, and so you've been running, but then you ate something. Ate something that wasn't working with you when you were running, and so you may have a lapse in time. Here's your standard, and it just falls back. It just falls below your standard. All right. So a lapse is the noun. We see, oh, there was a lapse of behavior, or a lapse in the homework getting done. Oh, there's a slight dip in the consistency. That's a lapse. That dip in consistency, that's a lapse. All right, and we might go back and say, oh, well, that was when they were sick. All right, trying to get back into things. There's a lapse of consistent homework there. So that's the noun form. To lapse is to perform less than what is standard. Okay, what is your normal? Okay. Anyway, let's see, my next word is palatable. We're back to the food words. This is an adjective. Okay. Now, palatable, your mouth, your tongue, that's your palate. So something that is palatable is something that is pleasing to your taste buds. All right. You can eat it. You can stomach it. Now, how is that different from delectable? Well, if something is palatable, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you can eat it, but if it's palatable, it's acceptable to your mind as well. All right, a palatable idea might be, okay, you're trading duties with lunch duties with a buddy. They say, oh, I need to take a test. If you take my day and lunch duty, I'll take 2 of yours next week. That would be a palatable idea. That would be acceptable. Okay? All right. Our ninth word, steppe. This is a noun. And steppes are usually found in Russia. They're just a treeless, kind of rocky, like plateau, and no vegetation, just kind of rocky. All right, nothing can grow. It's too cold. Usually, that's what a steppe is. Okay, a treeless plain. Okay, and then our 10th word, we go back to our food words, succulent. It can be an adjective or a noun. Okay, let me give you the adjective form. Something is succulent if it's juicy. If you have a succulent orange, it's juicy, flavorful. Okay. The noun definition for succulent is a type of plant. All right. Like a little succulents, like some forms of cactus or succulents. Okay, kind of storing up the water inside, so you break a little bit, it's kind of juicy inside. That's a succulent. Oh, like I think aloe vera plant might be a succulent. Okay, so let's turn to page 133. We have some variation with our analogies, so make sure that you ask me questions on them. If you don't get the sentence right away or don't recognize the template that I give you, make sure you ask me, okay? The first two deal with words that we're going to be learning in lesson 16. Aptitude is a noun. Ability is a noun. He has the aptitude. He demonstrates aptitude in science. He demonstrates ability in science. Okay, what would that, and what do you think that sounds like? Okay, both nouns. Number 2, astute is an adjective. Keen is an adjective. So you have 3 choices. The idea to slice bread was very astute. The idea to slice bread was very keen. Number 3, buffet is a noun. Living room is a noun. Okay, or dining room, excuse me, is a noun. Well, think about the example that I gave you earlier. That should help you figure this one out. Okay, even though they're both nouns. Okay. Number 4, delectable is an adjective. Displeasing is an adjective. Raspberry or white chocolate raspberry cheesecake was delectable. That white chocolate raspberry cheesecake was displeasing. Yeah, for most people, that sentence should work. Okay. And number 5, hors d'oeuvre is a noun. Meal is a noun. Think carefully. I'll have my hors d'oeuvre, and then I'll have my main course, and then my dessert, but they all encompass my meal. Okay. Number 6, palatable is an adjective. Food is a noun. One choice. Oh, and number 7, pastoral. Pastoral is an adjective, and urban is an adjective. Pastoral is a word that you'll learn in lesson 16, and even though it's not spelled exactly this way, the word I hear in it is pasture, and that helps me remember pasture is country. Okay, pasture or pastoral is country. Urban is city. Okay. 8, quantitative is an adjective. Economics, noun. Now, quantitative, it can only be one thing because we have an adjective and a noun. But in the word quantitative, we see the word quantity. Okay, that's the adjective form of quantity is quantitative. Okay. Number 9, succulent. Succulent is a noun. Plant life is a noun. Okay, now, nouns can't show degree, but they can show something else that's similar. Alright, you're looking for that one, that relationship. And number 10, zenith is a noun. Zenith, kind of like the apex. Okay, synonym, zenith. Peak is a noun. Okay, so I hope that helps you, 7th grade. We'll see you again. Bye now.